our second speaker. Karen has belonged to neighbourhoods in New Brunswick, Ontario, British Columbia and England. Yay! She's also had a variety of pets, and today she will present some conclusions she has made about both neighbourhoods and pets.
Toastmaster and fellow communicators and honored guests. I've always been a cat person. Well, since I was an adult, because we were never allowed to have pets when I was a child. So I've had cats. Cats, people I think are very kind of reclusive. You know, they're here, they're in their house, their little buddy is by their side, and when they go outside, they present differently from dog people. When I was on my honeymoon and we went to England, there was a book stuck in the back of the seat, and it was by Jilly Cooper, and it was called The Common Years. And it was her diaries from like 10 years of dog walking in Putnam Common. And somebody else on the plane said, "Oh, that's a really good book. You know, a really great author." And my husband said, "Well, my wife wants to be an author too, so this would be a good book for her to read." And I had carried that from Ottawa to all the way to Victoria, and I still haven't read it. And it's all, I actually looked at it and I actually realized only this year, since I got my puppy, that it's all about dog walking and all the people that you meet in the neighborhood. So here, I will tell you a secret. Dog owners know more about their neighborhood than cat owners.
That's right.
In the past, people used to really know their neighbors. We knew our new neighbors in Fredericton, New Brunswick. All of the kids on the street. We were baby boomers in the 60s. Everyone knew each other. You knew it was Gretchen's house, then the Hendersons, and then, you know, you could name all of the neighbors up and down the street because our mothers all stayed at home. Our doors weren't locked, even at night. And when we got home from school, we all played together, everybody on the street. And the Nevers family, if you tossed your baseball too far and went in their yard, oh my goodness, you had to like scramble to get your ball before the ladies came to the door and said, "You kids get out of my backyard!" Benjamin Franklin said, "Love thy neighbor, but don't pull down your hedge." Nowadays, in contrast, people mostly interact on social media sites like Facebook. And that creates a bit of a distance to us. We no longer know all of the neighbors on the street. Our children aren't at home to play with each other because the mothers are usually working, so there's nobody at home to look after the kids. So the kids go and they find their fellow friends in their activities. But there's no sense of belonging between the family and the kids and all the neighbors. Eric Hoffer said, "It is easier to love humanity as a whole than to love one's neighbor." And they've done studies, and people that live close together in apartment buildings like high-rises in big cities, they typically don't know any of their neighbors. Because the closer in proximity that you are to people, the more you guard your own privacy. Whereas if you're off on a farm and the nearest farm is, you know, a quarter mile down the street, you know them because you need to rely on them in case you need help. So there's probably no one at home most of the day. A burglar breaks into a house house. He starts shining his flashlight around looking for valuables. Some nice things catch his eye. Here's the silverware. And he reaches for them, but he hears, Jesus is watching you. Startled, he looks for the speaker. He doesn't see anybody, so he keeps putting the stuff into his bag. And again he hears, Jesus is watching you. This time he sees a parrot. Who are you, the burglar says. Moses, the bird says. Who the heck would name a bird Moses, he asks. I don't know, Moses answered. I guess the same kind of people that would name a Rottweiler Jesus. So my third point is dog people interact with other dog owners and spend time walking around the neighborhood every day. And there's a set dialogue that they use. When we learn like a second language, you learn set dialogues. Well, the set dialogue for dogs is, oh, what a cute dog! What's his name? How old is it? What type is it? Oh, I never heard of a Morkie. That's a typical one. But there's a set dialogue. The dog is the icebreaker. It gives you something to talk about. And I used to think that people walking dogs, they would just, hi, good morning, good morning, and you just go your separate ways. But dog people actually stop. I made a best friend who has a little dog 2 weeks older than mine, and we have a very great friendship has blossomed. As a stranger enters a country store, he spots a sign. Danger, beware of dog. Inside he sees a harmless old hound asleep in the middle of the floor. Hey you, is that the dog we're supposed to beware of? That's him, comes the reply. He doesn't look dangerous to me. Why would you post that sign? Oh, well, before I posted that sign, people kept tripping over him. So, today's dog owners know their neighbors and their neighborhood well, probably as well as past generations of cat and dog owners. They take their breaks from social media by taking their dogs for a walk. So my call to action is, take a dog for a walk in your neighborhood and find out what's going on in it.
Aww.